I'd rather be the one that tried and got laughed at.
Life should be to live full so you can die. You really only
Yes, you're running back to whatever you're running. I can't do that. Joining us today, we have the illustrious, the captivating, the Superman DJ.
My guy.
You know, the man who does it all. Any ethnicity, any place, anytime, whether it's 6 p.m. or 6 a.m., he gonna do it.
Man, I wish I would have did better on that game if I knew that introduction was coming like that.
But listen, this man has hosted any and everything you can think of, you know? And I'm elated to call him my friend, my buddy, my brother, you know, all the whole thing, the whole nine.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Locked in forever,
so,
my guy. Really locked in?
Locked in.
Locked in?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even let me get on the show looking homeless.
Nah, yeah, I was scared.
Yeah.
He was gonna embarrass me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I made sure, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, without further ado, we have Mr. Jared Henderson, otherly known as DJ Red, on the show on Put in Perspective. And
we're gonna put it in perspective.
Yeah, we're gonna put it in perspective.
We're gonna put it in perspective.
We're gonna talk about a lot today, you know, because if you don't know, Red can talk, you know. He can talk.
He can talk.
He can talk. All right.
Jonas, every time you call me, we talk.
I say it's about,
I don't think we've ever had a quick conversation.
Yeah. Yes, it's like, oh, that's fine. Don't worry about that. I think the conversations are more like 70-30, you know?
I disagree. Come on, Jonas.
Okay.
Start the show.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So let's talk about your passion, right? Obviously, your passion is
music.
Okay.
But I'd say righteously, I would say it's more than music. It's people and moving people. I feel like the best way I can navigate that for me, because everybody had their rap career at one point. That wasn't for me. You know, I'm not funny enough to do stand up for an hour like Eddie Murphy, you know, whatever. So music helps me navigate people. And so I think that people is my passion, and I just use music as my way to navigate. So you use it as a vehicle to reach the people. Exactly. Right? Exactly.
Okay, so are you saying that, which is very common in a lot of professions, and I mean like this defining that I'm about to like, you know, put out there is like, I think it covers literally 90% of occupations. You like to please people.
Yes. Yes, which is a blessing and a curse.
Yes. Why is that?
I would say it's a blessing because I know that it's a blessing because I know that wherever I am, you know, I can connect with a person, whether I be in front of 1,000, 100,000, right? I can connect with people. But I would say at the same time, it's a curse because if I don't get that same energy and the same positive affirmations that I try to give to people, and you know, I'm very self-confident. I'm very, very sure of me, but it will cause me to question what am I missing in this entity what's missing essentially? What am I missing? What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? What I look for those affirmations and once without that, it's like, okay, the fulfillment isn't there the same way.
So you're looking for a certain response from people,
yes,
right?
Yeah. Because 90%, and let's just say of DJing, is just throwing songs out there. And I mean, the song can be the worst song in the world, but if I get a good reaction from it, oh, Jared, you the man.
I know there are people, kind of including myself, it's like you want to please people to a certain degree,
right?
But it's good to know when people don't matter.
Yes.
When I say people don't matter, I don't mean like them as a person. I mean like how they feel.
Exactly.
Because at a certain point in time, you got to worry about how DJ Red feels, right?
I concur.
Right. Yeah, so even in my experience with, videography and, cutting hair, that, like everything that I do has to do with, pleasing people and saying like, hey, did I do a good job or not? Right. Skill based. Right. Everything I do is skill based.
Right.
So there was a point in time where I was like, I care about how they feel, but I became happier when I was like, as long as I'm happy. Yeah. Right. So if I were to edit a picture or edit a video, or if you were to DJ this set and you're like, man, I'm really happy with that performance. Right. And the whole crowd is like, boo, you suck. I wish you would have never came. Now, obviously, since you do feed off of people's, feedback and opinions, but, at the end of the day, once that's gone, you like, nah, I knew I did that. Right. Yeah. Right. I knew I tore it up. That was just the wrong. They just, they just weren't right there with me. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So the point I'm just trying to make is like, there comes a point in time where people have to, they have to value people and not value things at the same time. Value the things within the people, right? I.e., for example, everybody's opinion. It's okay to use people's opinion to guide your skills and guide your, your path and your decisions. But it comes to a certain point where you're like, okay, I don't need to listen to that. Okay, I need to listen to this or I need to add this or take this away. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So in your DJ career, like what are some main things that happened in that aspect that you had to take away or add, and things that you had to ignore or actually take in and absorb?
I'll say it's a couple things, man. Like when I first, because I started. When I first started, of course, everybody has that rough start. Mm-hmm. Everybody have, regardless of what you do or what it is, you start rough. Mm-hmm. But when I first got to Troy, and I'm from Florida, mm-hmm. right? And so of course I got the Florida flavor. I'm playing the Trick Daddies and the Trinas and people were like, hey, like this isn't good. And I was like,
and what are you talking about?
Like, what are you talking about? Like, I can go. And my favorite thing was I can go home and do this in front of 500 people. They're gonna go nuts. They are going to lose their minds. Right. Like, here's the crazy part, right? Mm. In your time here, you've never heard anybody play Rick Ross in a party. I can tell you why.
I don't think I have,
because Rick Ross only goes off in Florida and when he makes top 100. There's no in between. Plies. It's songs by Plies that I know that folks up here don't know. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. Uh-huh. And the song hits. The song will slap. But folks just don't take the time to listen to it and they'll be like, oh, like, Red, you was tripping tonight. No, I wasn't. Like if you would have paid attention, if you'd have paid attention to the wordplay mm-hmm. and the BPMs and how I mixed this in mm-hmm. key, like I just snapped on this track mm-hmm. and you missed the flip. Mm-hmm. And so, but then at the same time, I do have to take constructive criticism because folks will go, hey, that is very Florida of you, but you're up here. Mm-hmm. And so like, if you're going to criticize me, at least like, don't bring me the problem and not help me with the solution. Mm-hmm. And so I had folks that go like, yeah, that was good. But being up here, you got to listen to your TLE Syncos and your Rubber Band OGs and your Doe Bs and your Hitmaker DAs. And if you can just include a little bit of that on top of what you're doing already, and they go, man, you'll take off. And so, of course, now I got homework. I got to go home. I got to look up and folks be like, you never heard of Doe B? I had never heard of Doe B. I had never heard of Doe B.
Oh yeah, I think that's an Alabama like staple.
Like that's Alabama.
But you weren't aware yet.
I wasn't. Okay. I wasn't. But then once they put me on, I was like, oh, okay. And once I listened, I go, okay, Doe B kind of ride. Like, yeah, I was 12 years old trapping out my mama's house. Yeah, you feel me? Like, yeah.
Okay.
And so I take, you gotta, and you're never ever in not just DJing but in life going to be able to please everybody. Mm-hmm. Like somebody's
wait. Say that one more time. Say
You
that
will
one more
never, ever in life be able to please everybody. And so at some point, once you're happy with your performance, right, and you get those affirmations that you're looking for, you know, and even if you don't, sometimes you just gotta, hey, I'll pat myself on the back in a heartbeat. I'll be in the middle of a set and be like, y'all missed that, but that was crazy.
And you know, I catch it a lot.
Yeah.
Only because if you don't, and this goes with so much stuff. If you don't have that level of awareness, you know, you just won't recognize or be able to appreciate, you know, what's good and what's bad.
Exactly.
You know, like somebody who just, you know, is an Ox warrior, you know, they're used to just, you know, straight cuts, you know. But somebody who, you know, I appreciate sounds, I appreciate transitions, I appreciate art as a whole.
Yes.
You know, I appreciate skills, you know, and creativity. So like I'm that more of a person where I'm like, you know, I kind of know what goes into certain things, or even just most things, right?
Yeah.
I know there's a process and a world within everything.
Yeah.
Even this water bottle right here, there's a world within inside of making a water bottle.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a world within mics, you know, sound, you know, like snacks, you know, all that type of stuff. So like that was one thing that really intrigued me, was like, you know, when I was younger, I was like, man, there's literally a world for everything. There's a world of skating. There's a world of DJing. There's a world of like, this is like a whole world, right?
Yes.
And when I was younger, not to digress too much, but when I was younger, I used to be like, man, I wish I could know everything. You know, like what happens if I knew everything? I mean, like walking in the middle of the street in the hood at the dead end corner, you know what I'm saying? Just bouncing basketball, thinking to myself like, man, like what if I knew everything, right? Like, what if I really knew everything inside the library? Yeah. And I kept thinking like, man, that would probably blow my mind. Because there's literally like almost an infinite amount of information in each and everything. You know what I'm saying? But back to the subject, you were taking feedback from people, right? But what people don't understand from feedback is, and if you were to give feedback to people, make sure, just like he said, if you have a problem, try to come with the solution also. Why is that? Because if you think about it, you should care about a solution since you care about the problem, right?
Amen.
If you care about the problem, you should care about a solution, right? So people who are like barking things that are wrong, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like the way you do this, I don't like the way you blah blah blah, right? You should at least, you know, lead them in the right direction,
make it
right?
constructive.
Exactly. And companies and corporations, they also like, they're a stickler for this because they have a team of thinkers, right? And they're like, you know, I don't need people to just point out problems. I can point them out myself. I know when things are wrong, you know, I can see that, you know, and it would help to have extra eyes. But at the same time, like, I need somebody who's going to think. I need somebody who's going to be proactive, saying, hey, this is wrong, but I think that, you know, this will be, that is what makes people valuable. Right. So people in parties or people at venues, weddings, barbecues, whatever, events, you know, they're not in the capacity of like saying, hey, you know, they just don't care that much. Right. They're saying, all I know is I don't like that. And they just write it off. Right?
Exactly.
You know, so you as a DJ and people in life, period, when you have people who come to you with these problems, you know, you have to, once you realize they didn't come with a solution, you have to like almost excuse them, right? You know, some people just aren't aware, you know, just like some people, you can't really hold people accountable for what they don't know to a certain extent. You know, I'm not excusing everybody who doesn't know something, right. But once you're told something, once you're informed of it, then that makes you responsible. You know, like, I can't be mad at a toddler because they didn't know a curse word was bad. Like nobody told them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be mad at them. Can't be mad that they shouldn't throw peanut butter at the TV. They didn't know it was bad. Right. So I try to, you know, make sure I look at people in that same light, saying, hey, if they didn't know this, I'm not going to hold them accountable. And that made me, it stopped me from getting, it slowed down my anger. I mean, I'm not a hothead anyways, but it even like made my anger even more docile, right? You know, it was like, man, they probably didn't know. You know, like I don't know their life experiences. You know, I don't know if they were exposed to this or not. Right? You know, that goes so deep.
Exposure goes deep.
That goes so deep
in so many levels.
Yeah, for real. And even in racism, I've faced a lot of racism in my life. I have. And I'm not even from the most racist part of the country. And that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, at some point, I was just like, I can't really be mad at that person because that's what they actually thought was right. Right. And even in the news now, that what they try to, this is what they're pushing now about, regarding racism. They're saying, hey, they were born in the 20s. That was their world. Right. And, me being me, I'm like, I don't care. Like you need to, we're living in today, right?
We're in 2022.
2022, right? So, but I had to be more empathetic and say, you know what? When they were living, that's just the way things were. Now, people interpret things different ways, and I just try to take it with a grain of salt. But I just want to let everybody know that when you run into people who they just come at you with a problem, or they just say what's wrong, or they're a negative type of person, maybe that was their environment. Maybe that is what they were taught. So like, be more ready to educate others, and be more willing to come at them in a soft manner, right? So that was just all I wanted to hit on that. But yeah, furthermore, next topic. Yeah. So what brought you to DJing? like what was that?
Bro, well, I say this is it's crazy how God works and puts you in situations, right? Because never in my life did I see myself as a DJ. Like never.
For real?
Never. I wasn't even the cool kid at school. I was the medium cool person. Like I was cool enough to hang out with the cool kids, but still lame enough to hang out with the not cool kids.
Oh, okay.
I was medium cool. Like, and it's not even cool. You just medium. You just lost. Right. All right. But you remember in like 2000. I'm not even gonna say the year. Okay. You remember? Okay. You remember when the iPod Touch came out, right? And the iPod Touch came out, and everybody had they Android or they BlackBerry in one pocket, or they Razor. And I'm still telling the age. All right, so this is 2000. The year is 2007. The year is 2007. Right. But I got my Razor in one pocket, and I got my iPod Touch in the other. And that's my mom got it for me for Christmas. And so I have a January birthday. So Christmas, well, what you want for your birthday in January? I want an iTunes gift card. And that's still, I didn't believe in the Easter bunny. I'm 14, 15. And well, what do you want? What you want for Easter? Because my mom loved me, she showed love. And so for Easter, what you want? I want an iTunes gift card. And my stupid self, right? If I like one song on the album,
you bought the whole thing.
I bought the whole album. Right. And so now I'm 15, 16. This is before I even started DJing. And I got 17, 18,000 songs. Right? On accident.
How do you stumble upon
18,000 songs? That? Because I like one song on the album and I buy the whole album.
Oh, so that's how you just racked up. You just kept doing it.
And so think about, this, the Carter 3, right? It was like 15, 16 songs of the album. 7 of them were good, but I had all 15. 16.
Did you notice that you were downloading all of them?
Yeah.
You didn't really care?
I didn't.
Okay.
Because in my head I go, at some point I'll listen to it.
Okay.
At some point I'll listen to it. But then one of my friends, all right, so I'm 15. One of my friends that was a year ahead of me, they were having the Sweet 16 at the house. Mama was there, whatever. And I was like, well, I get, and so it's a little kickback, probably 30, 40 kids, which actually in a house, 30, 40, 15 and 16-year-olds, it was probably like the mustiest, because it wasn't even in the house. It was like in the garage. So
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a switch.
And so, and so of course a little surround sound playing, and they were like, had my iPod Touch. I was over there dropping the songs that I knew, right? And I was very sheltered, so I was amazed to be here. I'm 15, And at the end of the night, mom goes, "You did such a great job. Here's $200." And I said, Wait.
You mean to tell me I can get paid for this?
Like, I can get paid for this, right? And you know, like I love DJing, but I like the hustle too. I took that $200, right? And the mom was like, "Yeah, I got a birthday party coming up in a couple weeks. Will you make me some CDs?" Right?
Oh, you was burning CDs
I was
at
burning,
15?
and so listen. And so I took that $200, right? And I went. And of course, then I went, only thing I did for her CDs was go raid my mama's CDs and take my mama's CDs and burn them and go, "Here, ma'am," right? here you go. And let me tell you, it's crazy. 3 weeks ago, this chick gave me $200. She gave me another $200 for burning CDs for the party. And so after that, I go, okay, I got to do something here. Like something, I'm missing something.
Right.
I went to Guitar. So now I got $400. I'm 15. Cool. I went to Guitar Center that next week, bought some speakers.
Wow.
And so I'm aux cording my iTunes to speakers, right? And so then now I was like, and so yeah, I just started telling them, "Hey, bro, I'm a DJ. I'm a DJ." Not knowing I'm a whole aux cord warrior. I'm a DJ. I'm a DJ. Yeah. And then somebody was like, "Oh, you a DJ? How much you charge?" And so of course, this lady gave me $200 twice.
I charged $200.
I charged $200. What? And so, you know, folks haven't. I'm still 15, and
that's crazy.
I got all these Sweet 16 coming
15. That's like 9th grade. What is that like?
Yeah,
ninth grade?
going into 10th. And so as folks are turning 16, it was like, all right, boom, Sweet 16, Sweet 16, Sweet. And every time I got something, I'd take it and put it back into and back and back. And at that point, it wasn't about the money. You know, because at that, you know, I had $200, and they'd be like, "How you want the 200? Ones, just so when I go to the locker room, you see me pull this stack out my." You feel me? What you doing? Oh, I've been DJing. You know, book me,
big money,
book me. I got $700 total.
You know what's crazy? Like, I asked one of my other DJ friends about that, and he literally said, I think moms are out here making DJs, honestly, because they're usually the person that goes. They walk up to the person and say, "Hey, here's money," you know. And obviously, it's like, hold on now, you know, just like you just said, like there's got to be more to this, right? But yeah, that's kind of crazy that you said literally almost verbatim.
Somebody's mom.
That's crazy.
And bro, my mama's a writer, right? So then me and my mom had this conversation, like, "Mama, I can't be 16 with a 12 o'clock curfew and be a DJ." Right.
So what'd she say?
And so she was like, "Well, so you gonna take this serious?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay." And the next day we went back to Guitar Center. She bought me my first little set of baby turntables and some subwoofers to go with my speakers. My mama went in Guitar Center, spent like $2,000-$3,000.
Mama looked out.
And mama looked out. She goes, "It's just a loan." She goes, "But," and like that investment into me.
Ooh.
And I go, "Bro, like,
ooh,
what?" Like, and I said, "Man, like, you know, you only get one."
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, "Bro, like, you only get one, mama." And I said, and so I was like, "Man, this is." So then I took them and I'm running, doing it, DJing in places I'm not supposed to be. I'm 17 DJing in clubs that the only reason I can come to the club is because my mama's behind me with a book reading.
What?
Like my mama's bringing me. I'm from Florida. I'm down in Panama City. Not in the big room in the clubs, but they put me in the little room. And my mama's there with me.
What?
My mama's there with her book talking about, "All right, don't be in here cussing."
What?
Don't be in here cussing. Who? Not me.
That's crazy. But that's like some real that's some real life like story type like that. What?
Yes.
Okay, like, so what happened after that? You got to tell us more. So what happened after that?
And so then of course it's other young DJs at the time that, you know, they coming up too. And so we linking up, you know, nobody's old enough to get into a club, right? Only reason that me and my little DJ friends are in the club is because, and my promoter friends, right, is because my mama's there, right? And you know, my mama's at the party, my mama's in the place. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And she was very particular about where she let me go, which I think helped because now I'm very particular about where I go now. And so what we would do, we go, hey, and you know, folks got older brothers, right? One of my homeboys had an older brother. Hey, we need you to go rent this building. And you know, venues aren't what venues are now. You get a venue for $600, right? And so everybody put in their 100, right? I'm DJing, so I got my 100 in ones, right? And he go rent out the place, right? We go make flyers and we put them on lanyards. We walk around school with them. Hey, this the place to be this Friday. You know, we got a football game. After football game, we going to such and such, right? $5 all night, girls 2 for $5, and we got one bottle of New Amsterdam that's for all 400 of y'all that's coming. Right. And
What?
But listen, by the time Friday gets here, and the thing about it, we are all at different schools. By the time Friday gets here, we got 400 15 and 16-year-olds lined up. And so, you know, we thinking $5. And so at the end of the night, we be like, man, we made $2,000. This is nuts.
Yeah, high school, I couldn't even imagine holding that much money.
Yeah,
like
bro.
high school, yeah, I was tripping over my grandma giving me $5, you know,
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm Blake, you feel me? Do you hear me? Because first of all, let me tell you something about my mama. And she's probably gonna hear this. And you can say what you want to say, mama, but I'm right. Okay. And this is true. My mama had an invisible bank account that had a hole in the bottom.
Right.
So every time I stumbled upon some money, or my grandma gave it to me, she was like, "Hey, I hold it," you know, and I haven't seen it to this day. But insert the clip to this day,
Hey,
literally to this day, and you know, I let it be, you know, I let it slide, but it taught me something about money. Don't trust people with your money. That's what it taught me. And I was like, you know what? I need to educate myself right now on how I need to handle this, because I don't want to trust nobody else with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but that's nuts though, that you're generating $2,000 in high school.
In high school. And so, of course, you know, it's 4 of us that put in on the party, right? And you know, one of us, me, I'm the DJ. So I'm back here in the DJ booth. Probably at that point, I can only imagine how I was DJing. Probably very terribly, right? And then we got the 2 other friends that's standing at the front door, because we had a girls line and a guys line. Girls in this door, 2 for $5, 1, 2, guys 5. You win, right? And then the last homeboy was just he was literally there for in case of emergency. Okay, in case of emergency. In case, you know, we 15 and 16, you know, I don't see the fight in the back room, but he sees it. He's the one hey.
I'll cut it off. Yeah,
Cut it. Hey, you know, we need somebody in front got to go pee. Somebody, you come tag in, you know, that was his job. And so, but I'm talking about, we running it up. And so like prom, bruh, people stayed at prom for 20 minutes. We came in, like, and me and all my homeboys, we rode in the same limo, you know, whatever. We came in, we took pictures, we dipped to the party, we changed there, right? Changed there, out of our tuxes, right? And by the time we changed and get set up, they pulling in the parking lot.
What? No.
Pulling in.
Oh, so like that was already understood about where the after party was.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so like, and it's crazy because some people came to the party and had to leave the party and go back to prom for their parents to pick them up. Like,
so you mean to tell me these people were like, we gotta go see, we gotta experience
we're
this.
there.
Oh, okay. So you were that guy. You had to be that guy.
Bro, and it wasn't even that guy, but we made it so easy. Like it's literally like cause like everybody, like, don't nobody want to go to the dance and hear the WAP by J-Dash 3 times.
Right.
And that's, you know, they get and I'm scared for me, because I don't know when that transition is gonna happen for me when I become that old DJ, right?
Yeah.
But you know, that old DJ that he knows 4 songs that the kids know. He played them 4 songs 3 times
religiously.
What? And so like nobody wants to hear that. You know, we trying to go where I can let the real song play with the bad words that my mama gonna fuss at me about. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so we gonna go, we gonna come, we gonna party, we gonna dip. And we got to get back to prom because my mom said she going to pick me up at 12:30 and it is 12:26. And you got 4 minutes to go, 22 minutes back across town. And so your mama don't know you here. My mama knows where I'm at. And then the crazy part, me and all my friends, right? Because like, we don't have a big house, right? My house is not, in Pensacola, is not big, right? Little 3-bed, 2-bath, right? All my friends would come back and stay at my house. And this, I just told you my mama's a rider. My mama be up, talking about, y'all want breakfast?
What?
It's 1-2 o'clock in the morning. My mama's
love.
up making eggs and bacon.
Oh, that's love.
What?
DJ Red's mama. You
what?
did it. You did that.
What?
You did that.
What? My friends would get out of school that live close to me and would go to my house and be like, it's folks in my house before I get home. I got basketball practice. And my friends be like, hey, bro, I'm at your house when you get here. I'm cutting on your Xbox.
What?
But like, that's how my mama was.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's my mom. You feel me?
That's dope, man. Okay, so bet. So with that, man, that's really great. Before I move on, I just want to say, we're at the age of where parenting is like becoming more of a common thing.
Right.
So I just really hope that and social media has a lot to play with this, well, it has a lot to do with this, but I'm really glad to hear that, your mother saw your interest in something and she said, you know what, hey, do it.
She was driving
like if you're serious about it, do it.
And
I really think that we, now is our turn, so I think that we should all mimic that and be like, if we see our child has a passion for something, even if it's like just a initial thing, or you think they're going to grow out of it, right? It's okay to still,
invest into them.
Exactly, right? Yeah. Even if you end up, didn't becoming a DJ as prominent as you are now, you still would have had that feeling like, man, I know my mama got my back. Man, I know if I want to do this, and, if I need a little help, I know she's behind me.
Yeah.
Right. So I just really think, that was a great job on her end. Yeah. Give her a round of applause, definitely for sure. That was dope for real. But yeah, so other than that, so you got your, I'm not going to say DJ license, but you got your stamp as a DJ.
Yeah.
In high school. Okay. And you came to college. And you said, you know what? This is what I'm doing. When you first got here, like, did you just come in and say, hey, who's the DJ? I need to link up with you and I want to do this.
No.
How'd that go?
Bad. Bad.
Bad how?
Bad. Because when I by the time I got here, I rode in on a high horse. And my first year here was very humbling.
I would imagine so. You out there,
and so
doing what you was doing back in PCB.
What? And so like it was very humbling. Like, hey y'all, I'm here. I'm a DJ. Book me now. How much you need? I need 600. No other DJs up here were charging 600, and it was DJs that were here that were better than me at that time that were charging $300-$400 for the same events I just told you I want 600 for. I DJ'd twice my whole freshman year in Troy.
2 times.
2 times. One of them was from the university, which turned out to be one of the best gigs I've ever taken. And the other time was for free as a stand-in for one of the other DJs. Hey man, I'm not gonna make it. Can you cover this for me? Yeah, I didn't know that they had given him the money already. He had a completely different gig. I'm over here DJing. I stick my hand out there and they're like, no, we gave it to him. I go, okay, well, not gonna hear from that guy again.
Wow.
Not gonna hear from him.
Hit you with the rope of dope.
What? And dipped. And I'm about to book 35, so I don't know what he thought I was supposed to do afterwards. And so I'm back to do is go, well, I know for next time.
I don't think he was worried about that.
He wasn't.
I don't think he wasn't worried about that.
To this day, I'm mad. Bro.
Do you know the guys? You remember him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen him a couple times.
Oh, in Alabama?
In Troy. In Troy.
Red won't smoke, Mr. DJ.
No, I don't. Because I grinded harder than you and I'm better than you now.
See, who got the last laugh?
Huh.
See, it's okay. You didn't get paid that money, but you know what I'm saying? When people say DJ, in Southern Alabama, medium Alabama, for lack of better terms,
Medium Alabama,
Eastern Alabama, Western Alabama, Florida, Georgia, wherever you have your wedding at, they come to this guy. They definitely do. And he knocks it out the park. He does his thing. His experience is through the roof to the nth degree, you know. So yeah, man, you may have come in hot, you know, but it's not about how you start.
It's about how you finish.
It's about how you finish.
It's
right?
about how you finish. And like right now, I got more gigs than I know what to like. I have so many gigs I can't even place my other DJs in them because they're coming in so rapidly.
Your cup runneth over. Correct.
And look, bro, when I say nothing but God, man, because I'm sitting up going, ooh, like I have a problem right now where I have 4 events October 1st.
On that same day.
On the same day, happening at the same time. And I just go, I don't need.
You need a team now.
Yeah. And I'm working on putting one together, and I think I have a little solid team, right? But all the caliber of gigs that I'm getting now, like I can't just drop people off in these. Like it takes preparation.
Exactly.
You know, it's easy going to a club and DJ for 3-4 hours because you know folks gonna come late, so you're not even you playing the whole first hour. Right. You know, you really just got to keep folks' attention for 2 hours. But like now I'm in these weddings and these corporate events and businesses are reaching out to me, and I just go, okay, like I can put you on this gig, but you got to be ready to do the work that comes behind it.
Right.
You got to know what to do when your bride calls you at 2:30 in the morning crying Saturday, the day of her wedding. Like, and oh my God, my songs, I just lost this, such and such, yeah. And you just got to know how to, you know, and it takes preparation, right? And so before I just drop somebody in there, I got to make sure that they're ready, right? But I'm as far as communication goes, I'm working on my communication going, hey, I got these gigs. Are you in the mental headspace to do the work that's going to take to make this $1,200, $1,300, $1,400?
You want to make sure that that you're leaving those clients in the right
exactly
hands, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, man. Okay, cool. Now that you've done this, you've done tier 2 through tier 8.
Yes.
You're on tier 9.
Right.
You're heading towards tier 10. What does tier 10 look like for you?
And it's so right now, like, you know, I have a lot of equipment, right? Tier 10 for me is a whole team that can help carry the weight. So even like right now, I'm booked 48 weekends. In 2022, I'm booked 48 weekends of the 52. 48 weekends of the 52.
What is that, like 89%? What is that? What ratio is that?
A lot. I don't know.
Sheesh. 92% of the year? Goodness. Okay.
Yeah. 48 of the 52 weeks in the year, I have an event. Right. And so I need to be able to go, okay, y'all, I don't want to do this. You know, and of course, if you're doing the event, you get the chunk of the change where I can go, all right, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let y'all.
You want to delegate.
Yes. I'm gonna let y'all take it. And then the next route I want to go is live sound. And when I say live sound, I mean like, hey, DJ Red, hey, Elegant Sounds, hey, whatever the title may be, because you know, it changes as the growth, like, you know, you grow, right? Whatever it is, we're having this concert with 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 people. Can you handle it? Yeah. Not only can I bring in the DJ, which may or may not be me, but I can bring in the sound system equipped to hold this 5-6. Troy University wants to have a homecoming concert. You know, Auburn, Alabama, wherever wants to have this homecoming concert. I have the team to go, all right, y'all, look, we loading up these semi trucks or these not Penske because I'm not sponsored, but we loading up these trucks We loading up these trucks. We gonna go set up. We gonna run this concert. We gonna make, and those are the big contracts, right? Those like right now, you know, my contracts can be anywhere from $600 to right under $2,000. But those are the $15,000, $20,000 contracts. And once you do it once, they're recurring. Like Auburn's graduation. Auburn, they do their graduation at Jordan O'Hare.
Auburn University.
Right. They do their graduations. Well, recently post COVID has been outside at the football field. And it's great, but they need a sound system. They have a graduation twice a year.
They don't do it over the system.
I mean, they do, but for those front fields, they bring in sound.
Okay.
They bring in sound to get that full, because you know the down there on the field, because you know the way it's crazy. Oh, this about to be, you gonna have to cut this out. It's gonna be lame. Okay.
Geek time.
It's geek time, right? The way that the sound disperses throughout the football stadium, it keeps most of the sound in the crowd.
For not on field.
Not on the field.
Because there's
when they
players
have football field, when the players are on the field,
right.
The players have to be able to hear, call, see the calls, hear the calls. Right. That's why coaches, you ever realize a football coach only got one headset on? Because he can hear everything else that goes on. He can have full conversations, right? And so when it's time to feel that front sound, they bring it in from somewhere else. And I'm trying to be that somewhere else. I want to be the you call me, right?
For that live sound.
For the live sound, right? We got mega churches that pop up all over the place. And I'm not trying to be the person that comes and runs your service every Sunday, but I want to be the person that comes and installs the sound and, and train up one of your guys. And every time something goes, like, by the time you got to call me back, something is on fire and we got to really fix something. And so I think that's what's next as far as this goes. Because I'm not saying I've hit my peak, but I want to retire at my peak like Jordan. I'm not trying to Brett Favre my way through DJ, where I retire and come back and retire and come back. And
Brett Favre is kind of a risky name to use right now for an example, but
because he's stealing.
So you want to steal?
No. Okay. I couldn't think of anybody else. I couldn't think of nobody.
You could have said Tom Brady. You could have.
Oh yeah, Gronkowski.
Yeah,
Rob, Gronk.
Older people.
Yeah,
in their profession.
Yeah, that decide that, hey, I'm gonna retire, and then go, nah, I changed my mind.
Yeah, okay.
Like I want to be at the top and go, all right, y'all. Like I've done everything I've wanted to do. I've accomplished all my goals. I can put it down now.
Okay, so like, are you saying that? And I'm pretty sure I'm the same way with things I do. Are you saying that eventually DJ Red will be no more?
100%.
Okay. So are you? Go ahead. Go. I'll
go say. And to be real with you, I probably have more years behind me as DJ Red than I do in front of me.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's the first time I think I said that.
You heard it here first.
It is.
You heard it here first on Put It in Perspective podcast. That's what you just heard. You just heard DJ Red say he's retiring tomorrow. No, he didn't. But
it's a wrap.
Hang
it up.
Okay, so like, past retirement, do you have any other hobbies? Because I know to get to where you've gotten right now, to reach this pinnacle, to be on the pedestal that you're on, you've had to throw away a lot of things.
Yeah.
You've had to knock out everything else.
Yeah, like, so everybody link up on the weekends. Yeah, I don't have weekend link ups.
And it takes sacrifice.
Man.
It takes sacrifice. I mean, like, it takes a lot of sacrifice. I can only imagine. So are there any like hobbies, any things that you like to do in your spare time that you've had to literally part ways with?
I would say honestly a social life. You get what I'm, and DJing is a very social activity. I make friends every weekend, and even at weddings, I make friends I'm never going to see again. Right? Especially like when we're going out of town to Tennessee to DJ this wedding. I'm never going to see these people again. I might see the bride and groom, and when they have their first kid, it might double tap. But as far as the essence of building good, healthy relationships, right? Healthy relationships outside of like Angie, I struggle because I can't be like, hey, Jonas, let's go out Saturday when you're off and I'm off because I'm not off. Because, and so like we want to hang out, we got to hang out on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday. You get what I'm saying? And nobody wants to go get messed up on a Wednesday and got to go back to do something else on Thursday.
That makes sense. I see what you're saying.
And so like what I really lack in is having that, hey, look, let's go to the beach this weekend. I don't have those beach trips, you know? And so I feel like what I've truly sacrificed is friendships and good friends. Like Jonah, we don't talk all the time. But I feel like, and I've told Angie this, I feel like if we just had a trip, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
You feel me?
We definitely talked about that for sure. Yeah, exactly.
48 weekends out the year.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And one of those weekends, you're going to be hanging out with us anyway.
Yeah.
And so it's 3 weeks to pick from out of 52.
Yeah, that's crazy. So it's not like you sacrificed your social life for a social life.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But I went to this honors, what do you call it? Award show, I guess you would say, an honors award show. And there was a guest speaker there that Jack Hawkins had invited. And, he was a, very, renowned speaker. He was, literally almost perfect,
Right.
And the first thing he said was, I don't speak anymore, but I'm only doing this because, Jack asked me to. And he said, I sold my soul for a check, meaning the speaking check, the traveling speaking. And he said, I fattened my bank accounts, but I lost my soul. I didn't hear anything else after that.
Yeah.
Because I was literally in a daze.
Because that's deep.
I was in the daze because, and like after he said that, he just went to the next sentence and like, kept talking about, how prestigious this award was. And I was just like stuck. I was stuck because I was like, man, like, is that going to happen to me?
Right.
He's on the other side. That guy was like 60 years old, something like that, 70 almost or something like that. And I was thinking like, one thing that I know about people in life is smart, and it's in your best interest to listen to people who are on the other side of the mountain.
Right.
The peak being age 30, 40, somewhere around there. Right. Beyond the average lifespan, like the halfway point. And because I know they were once my age, right? They thought like I thought at one point.
Get the bag.
Right. So when he said that, I kind of slowed everything down in my head. I kind of was like, okay, I get that I'm doing what I love. Because obviously in that moment, in those years that he was a traveling speaker, he loved it. Obviously, because he did it for so long, right?
Exactly.
I mean, and did it for like, tons of corporations, and, they're dropping 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, for whatever speech. And he's like, racking them up 5,000, 8,000, things like that. But just the fact that he said, I fattened my bank account and I lost my soul, literally just took me under. Because I was thinking like, man, I love what I'm doing also, but like at what cost?
Yeah.
Like, man, like I don't, like it's kind of even like boggling my mind right now, and I'm thinking like, what would I do? Like what would I do? And that's kind of like just something that I don't like to think about, because you could kind of just keep thinking and keep thinking and keep thinking. But what got me out of that rut was saying, hey, I'm just going to live in the moment. Whenever I get to his point, I could, I may get to his point, and say, hey, you know what? I wish I would have did this, or I wish, not even like, he didn't have regret in his voice. He was just saying, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm like, we here now.
Like, yeah, exactly. So I think when I do get to that point, or if I do get to that point, I'm not going to be I'm not gonna have regret in my voice, but it's gonna be more so like resolve.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, I'm gonna live life in the moment.
Right.
And it takes a lot of worry and stress off of me saying, I'm going to do this right now because it makes me happy right now. There's enough problems in today, every day
to worry about,
rather than having to worry about tomorrow.
Exactly.
So. But hearing that, it's just kind of like, I was in a tug, like a huge tug of war, right?
Yeah.
So you loving what you're doing, the sacrifices that you're making, that you've made clear and very apparent. I don't want you to get to a point where, after you stop, you're saying, man, I wish I had that time back.
Exactly.
I don't want you to say that, only because you were enjoying yourself in that time. You still are.
Yeah.
So like, that would probably be my last piece of advice, towards you.
Which is great advice.
And, because everything has to end. Everything comes to an end. No matter how great a career is, everything has to come to an end. And I think that a lot of people will be a lot more happy if they prepared for the ending, But in the same breath, I'm sounding like I'm contradicting myself, because I'm saying you should plan for the end, but you should also live in the moment.
Right.
Sounds crazy, but that's just what we got to do.
But if you think about it, Jonas, like nothing you said there was wrong. Like if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I can wrap my mind around the fact that, hey, like DJ Red is not going to last forever, and at some point DJ Red is going to have to be Jared,
mm-hmm.
right? Then I will cherish every moment from now till then
mm-hmm.
as DJ Red.
Right.
And all the things that I've done previously and all the things that I want to do as DJ Red.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, I'm just co-signing what you just said.
You did a great job of that.
I'm co-signing.
For sure. Okay. Man, yes.
This got deep. It got deep.
That was rough. Okay.
Like it got deep.
So okay.
Woo.
Well, okay, look, we're an hour in. So are there any last words, any last comments, any last, things that you would like to say? Any like final remarks about people who may or may not want to follow in your footsteps? Anything.
I would say, as far as somebody that wants to follow in my footsteps, I would say, enjoy the ride. Mm-hmm. Be ready, because it's a ride. It's times where you book 4 times a week, and it's times where you booked 1 time the whole month.
Mm.
It's a journey.
Feast of famine.
What? It's a journey. And if you just gotta take it all in, take it at face value, take it for what it is, and you just gotta know that, hey, this is me. This is what I want to do, and as long as there's breath in my body, this is what I'm gonna dedicate my time to. Mm. And then when it's over, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're gonna put it in. Look, thank you for having me on Put It in Perspective.
Yeah, man.
Sure. Jonas is crazy. I feel like a lot of folks don't think I'm smart enough to be put in front of it's crazy. They won't put me on these platforms. They put me in places that they want the ignorance. And I can be ignorant, but they don't know that at the same time I can turn around and
you can put it in perspective.
And I can put it in give me the hat. That I can put it in perspective.
That's right. So look, man, that's some great insight. Man, that was great. You did a great job. You really did. And I'm glad you said that. Like, it's to end this, like, yeah, you may have an occupation where like people like to, party, people like to have a good time, people like to not worry about real problems of the world, but you're a very educated guy.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
DJ Red is a very educated guy. Okay. I just want to let y'all know and say it here right now on this intellectual podcast. DJ Red is a very intellectual guy. So don't feel like you have to always come at him on an ignorant level. Am I right?
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
So
I'm a person.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a person.
He has sides, He has sides. But yeah, man, I think this concludes our episode today with the very decorated DJ Red here. And yeah, man, we were glad to have you.
Hey, you the man.
For
All
sure.
right, that's a wrap.
That's
Cut.
a wrap.
Hey, wait, my tribe gear.
Yeah, Tribe. Last episode.
Episode
2, right before this, you see you rocking the gear.
Boom.
You know what I'm saying?